So let's start with the first question, right? I'm starting now. What is a database in SQL Server? A programming language, a container to store structured data, a type of a table, a set of stored procedures. Yes. What is the database in SQL Server? What does database does, guys? Which option is correct? Am I audible or not?
Maybe a container to store structured data.
Yes. Right. Yes. Not maybe. You should be sure about it. See, these are the databases. Remember, we have imported the database from the internet. And in future sessions, we will be learning how to create the separate databases, right? So if you remember that, uh, so what I was telling you, we did an example of hospital and school. And I was giving you an example, like if you let's say go to your client and your client says that we have two businesses or maybe three businesses. We have library business, we have hospital, and then we have another business, which is school. So we have two schools, three schools in this city, and we have two hospitals, and we have five libraries, isn't it? Right? So how are you going to plan all these things? I told you that maybe we can do one thing, that we can first create a hospital database separately, and then we can create school database separately, and then we can create the library database separately, right? And then under these, each of the databases, we can have the informations, different informations, right? Like this particular hospital, this one will have informations like, uh, you know, doctor's information in the form of a table, obviously, right? So we can say doctor's tables. Then we can have the information about uh, emergency services, and then of course we can have the another information about the patients, you know, about the patients. They can be 3 floors, 4 floors, who knows, right? Different things, isn't it? Because when you go to the hospital, you have a reception and then big reception, and there you have chemist shops, and then you have then doctors, those the cabins, right? And then you have theater, operation theaters, all those different things, isn't it? Same way, we can create for the school separately. We can have the teacher information, first standard, second standard, fourth standard, fifth standard, what subjects they are being taught, what are their curriculum activities, sports, all that. And then same for the library in different sections. On the first floor, we have kept, let's say, educational books. On the second, we have kept some history related books, isn't it? So this is the thing. So database, another database, you can have multiple tables, right? Of course, I also told you that somebody who does not understand these concepts, maybe he will just create a one database, and in that database, he will create all these tables. But I told you that it will not help us, because if we have to search the information, we're going to have, let's say, 50, 60 tables, and we have put all those tables under just one, particular database. So it doesn't make sense, right? Because if I have to deal with hospital things, I will prefer going to the hospital database here. So you can create here hospital 2025, or maybe just a hospital DB, whatever the name you want to give. Okay. So definitely the answer is that it is a container to store the structured data, right? Structured data. We never store the unstructured data. Okay. I'll talk about the structured and unstructured data also, because remember that so basically structured data means that you will not like to have the unwanted, the data like nulls, or maybe some hyphens are there, or maybe something irrelevant information, or maybe something which you think that, like for example, day to day you are adding the data, And day to day, you're adding the informations like first name, last name, like this, employee ID, and let's say sales, right? And at the same time, you're adding date of joining, date of birth also. Now, sales and date of joining, every day you insert the data because every date is a different date, and every day you have a different performances. So why to repeat date of joining and date of birth? Because they are always going to be same. So imagine if you have here, let's say, maybe 10,000 or maybe 1 lakh rows, right? Maybe 1 million rows, right? So you have these many rows. So at the end of the day, in these 1 million rows, date of joining, date of birth, these fields can be managed separately. You don't need to repeat them again and again, isn't it? Because this will put a lot of, constraint on your data, right? And data costs us, right? Unnecessarily, we will have a large data set and the size of the file will increase. And if you want to make a query, you want to create some joins, which we will do later. So naturally, the thing is, you will, because of that large data, you will have some, your the processing speed, the retrieval speed of SQL will be affected. So we have to take care of these things, because imagine if I have just 1,000 employees in my company, I can just manage data joining, date of birth, or even in fact, let's say ID, with the just like 1,000 rows. So we can create a separate table for that. And now the next question will come. So what if, so you have two tables where you have sales and another table you have what? Date of joining, date of birth. Let's say maybe I want to create a report where I want to show that from this date to date of joining to till date, how many months people have completed, and based on their performance, basis their the age of network, what is their performance, isn't it? Now you have the date of joining in the different tables. Well, for that we can use the lookups. Like in Excel we have the lookup, in SQL we have joins, a lot of different type of joins. So you don't worry about that. We can always create a relationships, right? So anyways, so that is why this word actually comes structured data. Okay, data has to be structured. What is the main purpose of a table in a database? Yes, to create SQL query, to store data in rows and columns, to show output, to create indexes. Which one? What is the purpose of a table in a database? Why do we keep the tables inside the database? I just explained you. To store the data in the rows and the column. Definitely we want to store the data. Okay, your answer has to come fast, because these are the objective questions and these are very basic questions. Which SQL command is used to retrieve the data from the table? Insert, update, select, delete. Which SQL we use to retrieve the information? To fetch the information? Huh?
Select.
Yes, select. We use the select statement. Insert is to insert the data, which we have not done yet. Update is to update the data. Like I want to change some employee IDs. I want to change their name. Maybe I want to change their score. So you can use update query. Delete is when you want to remove something from your table, right? So this is something we will see. Okay. Which clause is used to filter the records in a select query? Yes. Very good question. Where, order by, group by, having. Which clause do we use to filter the data?
Group by.
And why do you say that group by? I mean, group by, if I tell you that I have 10,000 rows in my table and their status is pass, fail, progress, and I want you to give me the status after the progress, what will you do? Will you use the group by for that?
No, where?
Yes, where. We will use where.
Yes. Where?
Group by. So group by is used where? Group by actually used for the aggregation, for big pardon, of course for the aggregation, but for the basically summarization. Like suppose I have 10,000 rows and I say that, in these 10,000 rows we have employee IDs day to day. As I said, we have a sales record, and I want you to give me the each employee total number of sales as on date. Now you have 10,000 rows. You have same employee coming every day, because I'm coming to the office every day, I'm making sales. But I don't want to see, Ajay 100 times in that data, because 100 times I have done some sales, but I want the total. So obviously you will say Ajay and then the total sales. So you Ajay and I just want the total sale. So Ajay sale is this. And then let's say Pratima is there. And then this is, and then Jyoti, like this. So there you actually go and use the group by. It's like a pivot. Remember this way. It's like a pivot. What does the following query do? Yes, select star all from employees.
All column and rows.
Yes, display all columns and rows because you're using the star. Star means that's all. Okay, so this is the answer. I'm giving the answers in the end. Don't worry. Which keyword is used to sort the results in ascending or descending order? Yes.
Order by.
Very good. Order by. Yes. You get, and tell me also one thing. If I just write order by, will it be considered in SQL?
By default, it is ascending order.
Yes, it is ascending. Okay. So you don't have to write ascending. Ascending stands like this. Descending is this. You don't write there. It's an abbreviation that you have to write. What is the default sorting order when using the order by in SQL Server? We have already answered this. Ascending. By default, if you just write order by, you don't write anything. By default, this will sort the data in the ascending order. Which of the following will return only the sales or only the employees in the sales department? Select all from employees where department equals to sales. So what is the question? Which of the following will return only? Okay, so yeah, only the employees in the sale. So incorrect syntax. Wait a second. This is what they have given. So they're saying that basically, I think incorrect should not come here. I don't know why the incorrect is there because the which of the following will return only the employees in the sales department. So basically, this actually is the answer. So incorrect syntax should not come, but anyways, it's okay. Select from employee sales? No, because remember this, there is no star here. This is incorrect. Then select star, which means all from employees with department equals to sales. Yes, this is the right one. This is incorrect again because you are not using the star here. You have to be very careful when these objective questions comes because someone can tick mark this also, but there is no star here. Okay. Which part of the query controls the sorting direction in this query? Which part controls the sorting direction? Yes. Which thing will tell us the sorting is ascending order or descending order? This one, right? Because this is what in this query, this is what will see. This is just telling that you're ready for the sorting, but this will change the direction. I mean, this will give the direction, right? This will sort the data in the descending order from higher to lower. Which of the following SQL query do? What will the following SQL query will do? Select first name, last name, city from customer order by to. Yeah, tell me. Sort by first name, sort by last name, sort by city, sort by customer ID. What this query will do? No idea? If you
Give it the last name because it is saying order by 2.
yes, I told you that we can always sort the data based on the indexes also. Instead of writing the names, we can sort the data in this way also, right? So when you're writing like this, select first name, last name, city from customers, order by 2. What this will do, this will sort the data based on the last name. This is how it is. So this is your answer, sort by the last name. Which of the following is true about the order by 3 descending in this query? So you have this query. It is sorting the data, employee ID, name, salary. It's sorting the data based on the index, which is salary, from the higher to the lower.
A.
Sorts the employee ID. Done. A. You said A, right? I don't think so. Why A?
C is A. Sorts by salary in descending order.
Yes, this is the one. Yes, because this is where we have the salary, right? And by the way, tell me guys, what if I write here 4? What will happen?
There is no fourth field, right?
Yes, so you'll then put your index out of reach, something like that, out of the index bound. And we have seen this. You can run the query and you'll see the same thing. Now, consider the query below. Which column will it sort on? Okay, select product name, category, price from product, order by one. So which particular field this will sort? I mean, on which field?
Name.
Product name. Yes, it's very simple because order, okay, so order by one. Order by one, by default, this will be treated as ascending order. That is the first thing. And then the one is written. So this is the index. So first index is the product name. So this query will give us the product name in this way. Product name. Yeah. Which of the following query, what will the following query do? Select product ID, product name, price from product, order by price one. Yes. Sorts the data by product ID, then price. Sorts by price, then product ID. Sorts by product name, then price. Throws an error due to the mixed syntax. Okay. Product ID, product name, price. From this, order by price and one. Look at this. Very nice. See? Order by price. So what basically, see, one thing is clear that sorting is happening on two levels. I hope you are okay with this, right? But what they have done is to confuse us. First, they are using the header name, and then they are using the field name. And of course, I mean, we can do that way also. So first, the sorting will happen. One thing is clear, that sorting is in the ascending order. And in fact, they have not even written ascending, descending, which is okay. But I'm just telling you that first, the prices will be sorted. After the prices, the product ID will be sorted, right? This is how it is. So it means that if sorts by the price, then the product ID, right? And we should check also this. So question number 13, look at this, D, right? So we are right, great. So basically, like when you say order by price, so first all the prices, will come here, like let's say this type. And then after the prices, once they are sorted, then the products will come, product ID, right? So all I'm trying to say is that, like, suppose you have a product 11 here, then it can happen that product 11 again can come, and then product 32, whatever it is, 33, and then product 11 here, which means that the product IDs are not going to be sorted. What I'm trying to say, like 11, 11, 11, because of the price here. If you change the sequence, then all 11s will come first, and in those 11s, then the prices will be sorted separately. And then same for 34 and whatever you have. Okay, so these are the things. Fine. So, and wait, I am checking something. Yeah. I didn't tell you this because what I do, I comment each line like this. Now, if you have a lot of lines, then you can just go and say Control C, Control K, and or what you can do on your window here. If you forget the shortcut key, fine. You can always check that. See, comment out the selected lines, Control K and Control C. So you have to press Control K and then Control C, right? Then comment will have. I mean, every line will be commented. And if you want to uncomment the things when you have multiple lines, difficult for us to go to every line one by one, you can say Control K, Control U. So Control K comes first, and then for comment, it is Control C, C for comment, and to uncomment, it's U, uncomment. This way you can remember. Okay. So anyways, or you can just say comment. What happens if you write order by 3, 2 in this query? 3, 2. Okay. So what will happen? So join date will be sorted in the ascending order and then by the employee. Sort by the join date and then by the employee name. Right. So C is the answer. And I think, yeah. Okay. So this is cool. So, I mean, we have done this.